somewhere where those guys are. Somewhere to the, well, you gotta watch the door. I've got it on that. I've got it on that camera right now. Somebody's moving for you.
Some see a student athlete working on a shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903. Some see a student athlete working hard in the weight room. We see a future leader learning there are no shortcuts to success. Some see a start to a swim meet. We see the starting blocks for life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
At Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, we're not just good at insurance. We're good at Matt's one-car, two-bedroom apartment with a home office/home gym insurance. We're good at Nick's SUV and farmhouse with a remodeled kitchen/art gallery insurance.
And we're good at the Wilbur suburban home with the two-car garage/rehearsal space insurance. Have you seen my hockey socks?
Have you checked your sock drawer?
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance and stop knocking on wood.
At Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, we're not just good at insurance. We're good at Emma and Jake's just baby-proof their two-bedroom bungalow to prepare for baby number 1 insurance. We're good at Madeline and Chance's just gave in and became minivan people to make room for baby number 2 insurance. And we're good at Gabby and Nate's just moved to a house with a bigger backyard to welcome fur baby number 3 insurance. Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance and stop knocking on wood.
lighter. They barely came above my ankle, so I could swim super fast. I was big. Like, they came all the way up half. And then, like,
All right, welcome everyone to Bremen High School. I'm Andy O'Hara. Alongside me here tonight is Quentin Namsen, Kenny Barnhart, Silas and Kate on sideline cameras, and the Hall of Famer Ryan. We're here for the Triton Sports Network, broadcasting live on YouTube in the IHSAA Champions Network as these two teams get ready to square off here in this non-conference neighboring matchup. Q, we look down at these two teams. You know, Triton coming off a tough loss the other night against Plymouth. This Bremen game, what kind of things are we going to be looking for this group to be doing tonight?
Well, they got to come out strong. That Pilgrim, that Plymouth game, that leaves a bad taste in your mouth. And then, unfortunately, you had a couple days of practice, so I'm sure the practices were kind of grueling, but not too bad because you got this game. But it's senior night here for the Lions. You got to come out because they're going to come out firing on all cylinders. They're going to come attacking you. They're going to come strong and be ferocious. So Trojans got to be big. They got to play fundamental, and they just got to come out and ready to win.
And they got to be on point, too, because this Bremen team, I don't care, like I said, the 8-12 record. Like I said, there's a lot of close losses, Kenny. We watch this Bremen team time and time again. They are tough. They got a freshman averaging 16 points a game. They got guys that can physically play the game extremely tough. It's not going to be a walk in the park. Like I said, you have to start ignoring these records because it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, you start looking at their records, and they played a lot of 4A and 3A, big.
And that Northern Indiana conference is tough.
Yeah, so always get that big toughness up there, and a lot of close games, and there were some of them that wasn't. But their biggest thing is their last out. They beat Glenn, so that's a good one there with the Bi-County and stuff that they've been able to step up and get that win in. So when you get something working like that, you just keep building off of that. So yeah, the Trojans need to look out for the Lions coming tonight.
And in Triton, both teams have 3 losses against common foes. Triton with 6 wins against their common foes to Bremen's 5. But you look at these two teams, Q, I mean, like you played this gym. It's not an easy gym to play in, and sometimes Triton's going to have to get up. They're going to have to be patient because if your shots don't start dropping early, you can't panic here tonight.
No, and you can't. And when you get to the free throw line, the Trojans have done a really good job over the last few games. Well, really, since the South Central game, they haven't shot under 50% from the free throw line. And that's something that's going to be really, really big here in this game, especially with you get the 5 fouls per quarter. That's something that if you can't get your outside shot to fall, and it's going to be tough inside because Bremen's big. They're physical. They're a tall team. It's going to be hard to score on the inside. So when you get to that charity stripe, I mean, it's the charity stripe for a reason. It's everything there is free. You gotta run away with it.
Got to make them.
And for me, the big thing is here 20 seconds before we get ready to the national anthem and tip-off is who's going to step up and be that leader here tonight with no Jacob Pitney. So we'll get things started off here in about 15 seconds. We'll have the national anthem followed by the starting lineups. We'll be back here on the Triton Trojan Sports Network.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome once again to Bremen High School for tonight's varsity contest. The Bremen Lions give a warm welcome to the varsity commentators from Bremen, the Triton Trojans. Tonight is an important part of the Lions both Bremen Triton High School. Good sportsmanship is the cornerstone of the Indiana High School Athletic Association and its member schools. Consider the sportsmanship, please be courteous to those around you. Use of language and disorderly conduct are unacceptable and unwelcome at IHSAA events. Your cooperation is greatly appreciated. Thank you for your positive support of Indiana High School basketball. Would you please stand if able? Gentlemen, remove your hats and face the flag as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem by the Bremen Cup Band under the direction of Jonathan Durango. Wearing number 4, sophomore, Landon Patrick. Wearing number 5, junior, Dante Workman. Wearing number 10, sophomore, Julian Johnson. Wearing number 20, sophomore, Dave Ripple. And wearing number 33, junior, Tanner Whithogo. The Trojans are coached by Jason Rose, assisted by Blake Story. And now introducing the starting lineup for the home team, the Bremen Lions. Wearing number 20, senior Camden Hickman. Wearing number 24, freshman Chase Devine. Wearing number 30, junior Tyrus Robinson. Wearing number 42, senior Julian Alvarado. And wearing number 44, senior Anthony Torres.
All right, there's the starting lineups out there for both teams as the seniors break through the paper.
I kind of like that.
I like that. Jump through, made well. Looked like they got PVC pipe holding those things. I think I made well.
And it's nice and light.
Nice and light, moves well. I like it. So Alvarado and Dante Workman get ready to tip things off. Final instructions from the head official.
Construction night for the student section, I see.
Needs some work done. Triton controls the tip, and they'll get things started off here. Torres to pick up Patrick at the top of the key.
Zone defense, Trojans got to recognize and get their zone set running.
And Bremen runs his zone extremely well. They are a very good defensive team. Matt Miller doing a nice job of this group as Riffle right out the gate hits one from outside.
Riffle wants to start off early. I talked to him before the game, and he was locked. He's like, this is the game.
Alvarado in the corner, goes to Devine.
Trojans also electing to do a zone on their own.
Graverson goes to Devine, back to Graverson. Working around the perimeter. Hickman
ball
corner
movement.
3 on the way. Can't drop it off the side iron. Tips the rebound out to Devine. Pull-up jumper inside the lanes. Up and good.
That's why he's averaging 16 points. He gets to his shot, his spot, and he knocks down the shot.
A good extra pass setting that one up. Swanson goes to Workman. Patrick on the outside. Goes to Swanson. Workman comes to the high post. And right there, Torres knocks it away. Graverson leads it to Devine. Back go the Lions. Goes to Alvarado. He'll drive. Workman got a piece of it, knocks it away. Triton going to push with numbers here. Riffle stops, goes to Patrick. He'll drive the baseline. Stops in the short corner. Kicks out to Riffle. Now to Swanson. Swanson hop step. Feeds it good.
Pass.
Nice. And the collector, Tanner Wood-Hoyle, gets that one up, and Jason Gross wanted to pressure the basketball in the full court. See if we can speed up this Lions defense, offense.
I like this by Coach Groves. You want your team to be aggressive as they can, and wake them up.
Hickman with the basketball, goes to Alvarado on the baseline. Give and go there. Tries to go to Torres, and Patrick knocks it away. Patrick stops at the top of the key. He'll leave it for Swanson. Now to Workman. Workman skips it across the way to Riffle. He'll catch and shoot another 3. Count it for the mailman from the corner. Leda going to check in next dead ball. Hickman goes to Torres. Now to Devine in the corner to Alvarado. He's a guy who can really stretch the floor, Q.
Yeah, he is. He's big, so he can go down low, but we also saw on film, he is not afraid to, step out beyond the arc and knock it down.
Torres now, top of the key. Works it right to Graverson. Graverson stops on the baseline. Workman intercepts the pass. 2-on-2 fast break. No look pass to Patrick. Patrick puts on the brakes, goes up off the window, no good. And Torres lost the rebound out of bounds. They're going to say it belongs to the Lions. They're going to say try and touch it on the way out. And Leydig checks in.
I didn't get that updated.
Back to Graverson. He'll go back to Devine. Up the floor they go. Patrick picks him up. Devine leads it for Alvarado in the corner. One thing with this Bremen offense, they move the ball extremely fast.
It makes it difficult for the defense, but you keep moving it, and then they're not afraid to do this right here.
Alvarado count it from beyond the arc.
They're not afraid to pull the trigger from beyond the arc. And they got some shooters out there.
Swanson on the right wing, up on top to Workman. Now to Swanson. Coach Groves calling in the set to his group. Hands it off to Dante. Jason Groves trying to conduct his offense. Now to Swanson. Goes to Workman on the right wing. Back door's closed. Now finds Wood-Hoyle on the key. Inside the lane, Wood-Hoyle tries to adjust. Can't get it to drop in. Good defense by Leydig. And back of the lines, but Wood-Hoyle comes and rips it away from Alvarado. And Graverson does the same thing. Hickman by himself. Goes up, but they're going to say he traveled. Had a look there. Eyes got wide open. Just shuffled the feet just enough for the official to warrant a travel.
I've been in that situation before. You're wide open. And going through your head, it's nothing about, take the dribble, don't travel. Don't miss this wide open layup.
Yeah, and forget to dribble and forget to put the ball down.
Yep, it's so easy.
Workman tries to go backdoor reverse land for the mailman. It's good from the slingshot.
Just enough English on it.
Devine with the basketball. Now goes to Leydig, top of the key. We saw Leydig and warn him up. He was just drilling shot after shot from the corner. Good shooter there with the basketball. He'll step back for 3 on cue. Can't drop it in.
Oh.
Graverson tried to save it. I believe the Bremen Police Department caught him from going through the door.
Shout out, boys in blue.
Riffle on the left wing. Works away from the screen. Triton working it around the perimeter, trying to find that look they want. Finds Whithoy underneath. He'll battle, goes up off the window, no good. Alvarado with the rebound. Bremen solid underneath. Triton 2 of 5 inside the arc.
Oh, pretty moves by the freshman.
Nice move there, that's right. Devine with another basket there.
4 points.
Like I said, he averages 16 a game, and I'll take you off the ball movement, on the ball. This kid can take you off the dribble and can make you pay.
Well, it's beautiful just watching the confidence, especially out of a freshman.
Riffle again, can't drop it in from the corner. Long rebound. Hickman controls it. Transition 3 for Devine, can't drop it in. Graverson with the rebound, goes up, draws the foul. He'll go to the line for 2.
So Riffle's going to pick up the first Trojan foul this evening.
A couple substitutions coming here. Caden Large to check in for Triton. And Aiden Hunziker to check in for the Lions. Large checks in on behalf of Patrick. And Alvarado comes out of the game as Hunziker checks in for him. Graverson good on that one. Perfect trip to the line for the Lions. So Swanson sets the table. Goes to Woodhoyle, back doors closed. Goes to Swanson, their side. Swanson takes off underneath. Has to leave it up top. Waits, and Workman tracks down the long pass. Dante clears him out. Now Swanson up top, works right. But Hoyle calls it for him on the side of the lane. Hands off to Workman, pull up free throw line, jumper up and in. 2 juniors working well on that exchange. Graverson outside. Lost his dribble, now finds Hickman on the right wing. Hickman rolls up top.
Coach Groves put Dante on Devine. Switching it up.
Graverson underneath to the left hand, banks open.
Beautiful. And this is why every possession matters against Bremen. Yes. They are a team that is fundamentally sound. They are going to do everything correct.
Swanson on the left wing, up on top to Riffle. Gage will drive, goes up, strong off the window. The mailman gets that one to drop in.
He's got 10 of Triton's 14 points in this first quarter.
Devine drives, kicks out, laid it, corner 3 on the way. Count it. We saw him do that in warm-ups.
Beauty.
Ties it at 14.
Well, we talked about it when they were doing their senior night. Their dribble, drive, and kick. That's going to be killer when you got a team that can shoot so well from beyond the arc.
Workman settles in. Triton looks to hold for the final shot. As they kind of settle in. Triton is going to take their sweet time, and here comes Devine to head off the pass. Swanson now. Goes to Workman, 10 seconds on the clock. Dante drives. Pull-up jumper from the baseline. Can't drop it, short of the mark. Tipped around. It's a fight for the basketball. Large has got it. 3 seconds. Throws one at the buzzer. No good. And the Lions get the rebound. That's going to do it for the first quarter. We're going to go to the second where we started, all tied up.
We got this thrown. Yep, so we just as well throw this up if this is the right one. Yep. So for next week, we had the draw there on Sunday. So for sectional, yes, it does look very familiar. It's very close to what the girls was. The only thing is switching Trinity and Culver. So Trinity's got that Marquette game there on that Tuesday night, and Triton plays Culver on Wednesday first game. And then Argus and Westville get that second game on Wednesday. And then Oregon Davis got the super bye there on playing Friday of that winner Trinity Marquette game. And then that second game on Friday evening will be the winners from Wednesday night. So that's their setup for the Trojans next week. And like we always have to remember, it will not be on YouTube. It will be only exclusively free on the IHSAA's network. Now, while we got this in Bremen, so Culver Academy and Glenn got that first game, and then Knox and Tippecanoe, and then Bremen gets that winner of the Culver Academy and Glen games. So that's their setup going up down at Tippecanoe Valley. So
pretty much everybody, all but one team in that is going to be a conference opponents next year in that sectional.
So they could almost have it set up as their conference tournament there. So
I never, when you get the bye, I don't know if that's almost better or worse than.
I never wanted the bye.
I had both. I never liked the bye, but some players did. I mean, you get the rest, but
I don't know. I'm not a fan of the bye. It depends on how you look at it. Peyton Manning ruined any kind of bye for me because when you have time to sit there and think about it,
makes it worse. Yeah,
I want to go play.
See, my senior year, we didn't get the bye, and that was amazing because I just got to go out and play.
Kincaid with the basketball now goes to Hunziker. Out to Devine outside.
Jordan is back in the zone look on defense.
Lady goes on top. They'll work it around the perimeter. Down to Hunziker underneath. It's a tipped. Graverson fights for two defenders.
Handling.
Kicks it out. Lady again from the corner. Can't get it to drop in. And Riffle gets the defensive rebound. Goes to Workman on the baseline. He'll try a jumper. Triton strikes first here in the second quarter. Breaks the tie.
That's those type of shots. Most of the defenders are going to say, just go ahead and take it. You're not a three, just that long two. You get those to drops are going to help.
And Dante recognized that nobody was on him. Somebody was slowly closing out, but he's very confident with that mid-range.
Speaking of confidence, Devine with a three to take the lead.
He's got it up to 7.
Large down to Riffle, goes to Workman on the left wing. Out Hoy on the left elbow. He'll hand it off. Dante will drive, goes up strong off the window, can't drop it in. Leda gets the defensive rebound for the Lions. Hunsker goes out to Graverson. Out to Kincaid. Patience here at the Lions as Triton settles into their defense. Kincaid drives, stops on the left wing, goes down underneath. Devine out to Kincaid. Goes to Hunziker. Graverson tries to dribble drive, has to go through and trying to get called for a foul. This is on Riffle, that's 2.
And it is. So his second, team's first.
I think he's even confused.
Allison and Reichert and Swanson. Alvarado checks back in the game, as does Hickman. Jason Groves trying to get explanation.
Watch the fake.
I got a question on the substitution.
Beautiful screen.
Devine can't drop it in. Patrick with the rebound. Out of Workman. He calls for the basketball. Kicks in the corner. Caden Large will try a three. Can't drop it in. Rebound there goes to Hickman. Hickman up the floor. Goes to Alvarado. Works away from the screen now as Devine, as he leaves it for Hickman. Waits for Alvarado. Looked like I thought he was going to go to Alvarado. Now he goes to Devine.
They're looking for that mix match. Trojans got to, do a great job of getting that hand out of that ball out of their hands.
Hickman kicks it out. Leidig trying to do a nice job closing out on the shooters there. Alvarado. So continue to work it out. 3 minutes gone here in the second quarter. It's the Lions by 1. Leidig to extend it. Can't drop it in. And it's a fight for the basketball underneath. And now Patrick goes back to the way. He'll try the hop step, goes through, and they're going to get a blocking foul called on Kincaid. And the Bremen fans not happy with that call.
I could see it going both ways. Landon's just so crafty. Bring that ball down low, and he cuts in on the inside. As a defender, you gotta slide over. But
I think Kincaid, like you said, had the position that he wanted. But like you said, with as crafty as Landon is, he kind of had to, like you said, took that ball down low and kind of shifted it inside.
So Kincaid picked up his first foul Bremen's first foul of the whole game.
Riffle going to check in with 2 fouls next head ball. Triton down by 1. Workman in the corner for the lead. Too strong off the mark, no good. Large with the rebound, goes back up with it on the baseline. Can't get that one to go in, and Alvarado gets a defensive rebound. Devine up the floor. Graverson on the left wing. Devine drives, trying to take away that dribble drive by this Lions offense. Alvarado catch and shoot 3 off to the right, no good. And Workman tracks down the long rebound. Dante Workman in transition with the left hand and good. Right there, right idea, just took off, accelerated, and this young man's got plenty of speed.
Yeah, and he uses those long arms to just reach in and snag that.
Devine uses the screen to his left. Riker takes away the drive, now he'll go baseline. Out to Graverson, leaves it out to Leidig. Leidig, now to Devine, catch and shoot, corner 3, it's good. Back out in front, the Lions go. Up by 2. Reichert sets the screen for Swanson. He'll get it back. Now to Workman in the corner. 3.5 to go here in the second. Now to Swanson. He'll try a deep 3. Back iron, no good. And Hickman lets it go out of bounds, and the Lions take back over. As Hunziker checks in for the Lions, and Jaden Overmeyer will check in with Tanner Woodhoyle. Changed their mind with Riffle going with 2 fouls. So Jaden Overmeyer now checks in the game.
Gonna save him just a little bit longer. Jaden just so big and physical out there. I think that's what they want. They want another big body to stop this dribble drive that the Lions have going on.
Fine in the corner. Finds Graverson. Graverson on the side of the lane gets it knocked away from Swanson. Devine tracks it down in the corner.
Somebody's open.
Alvarado side of the lane tries to go to Hunziker. Too low of a pass goes off of his legs, and Workman comes away with the loose ball.
Had the right idea.
Swanson up on top to Dante. Now Overmeyer in the right wing. The jab step uses the screen set by Woodhoyle. Swanson stops on the elbow. Down to Woodhoyle underneath. Goes up strong off the window, and that one's good. As Swanson co-signs that deposit to the scoreboard, and that ties it up at 20. Goes to Hunziker on the outside. Now to Alvarado. Devine will try a 3 off the mark, no good. And Jaden Overmeyer gets the rebound. Goes down into Woodhoyle. He gets a clear look, stops and goes, and there's going to be a foul call. Right idea by Alvarado, but that follow through with the swing and the smart play by Woodhoyle is to put on the brakes.
Jump stop, yeah. Had that wide open layup, but Alvarado was coming over.
There was enough of a hesitation when he went on that hop step that just really drew the defender in. It was a nice play by Tanner.
I mean, I would have jumped.
I think anybody would have.
So Alvarado picked up his first, team's second.
Triton's first free throw of the game is a miss. Caden Large checks in for Dante Workman.
I know he's coming out, but when Dante is when he's guarding Devine, watch him. Sometimes he just smiles. It's just that competitive edge. Like he's on him because he knows Devine is he's their leading scorer. So I don't know. It's just that competitive edge. You can see it because he's like a little challenge.
Woodhoyle's free throw puts the Trojans out in front by 1 with 2 minutes to go here before halftime. Hickman goes to Hunziker on the outside, up on top to Devine, now to Leidig. He'll hand it right back to him. Good closeout. Hunziker now in the corner, tries to go, and I think they're going to get a push off by Devine. And the Lions turn it over. So I thought we're doing with it.
Yep, so Devine picked up his first, team's third.
Patrick rolls left, tries to go back door. Overmeyer elevates and puts it in.
Overmeyer's got that explosive. When he goes up, it's hard going up with him because he's a big-bodied man. He'll go up and he'll make that layup.
Patrick tries to rip it away and does. Swanson up the floor. 2-on-2 fast break. He'll drive. No look pass to Overmeyer in the corner. Feeds it down to Woodhoyle. Skips it to Patrick. Patrick stops. Now goes to Swanson. Swanson drives, pull-up jumper on the way. Magic Swanson gets that one to drop in. Graverson past the half-court line. That goes to Hickman. Inside a minute to go here before halftime. Devine trying to fight through. Patrick staying with him. Now to Hickman in the corner. Down to Ladig. Oh, and Large going to try to go for the ball and instead gets the face of Ladig.
Nothing intentional, but that hurts. You weren't expecting anything, and then bam.
Yeah, because he turned to go back out, wasn't even trying to go over the ball, just go back out to get the defender outside. So Large picked up his first, team's second.
Lady goes down into Graverson. Graverson kicks it out. Hickman for three. Can't drop it in. Graverson with the offensive board. Hunsker on the outside. Leads it for Ladig. Now goes to Hickman. Uses some clock here. 20 seconds to go now. Graverson trying to find somewhere to go. Finds Hickman up top of the key.
10 seconds left.
Devine, the freshman with the basketball. Guarded by Patrick. Works away from the screen. Drives all the way through and gets it knocked away, but then a foul call.
If they're going to say Swanson Rich in, we'll find out here. So Patrick picked up his first, team's third.
So 3.8. Hickman to inbound on his own baseline. Up high to Ladig. Hands off 2 seconds.
Double screen coming.
Ladig got the buzzer on the way. Off the top of the backboard, no good. And Triton's going to take a 5-point lead into the halftime locker room.
It is going to be a slugfest all night.
Would you expect anything else from two neighboring schools? I mean, you guys know each other. You played against one another. Would you be surprised?
It's always fun playing the neighboring schools because you know a lot of these guys. You've played basketball with them since you were in like 3rd grade, and it's as a player, it's always fun seeing the other your other opponents grow in sports as well as you are.
And it means just a little bit more, like I said, always in the battle for 331 and how this matchup always provides some spark. You want to talk about basketball? These two teams, Triton 1 game away from tying the all-time series at 38.
Oh wow.
So Triton got to the line there twice, just got one of theirs to drop. Bremen got both of theirs attempts to drop. Inside the arc there, Triton shot 56%, 9 of 16. Bremen been a little more picky on their shot selection, just 3 of 4, so 75%, 2 points. Behind the arc, their Trojans, their riffle hit those 2 of 6, 33%, where Bremen 4 of 13 at 31%. And turnovers, we have unofficially 2 and 8. For Devine with 10, Graverson with 4, with 3, and Kincaid, Alvarado, and Devine all with the single foul. For the Trojans, Riffle with 10, Workman with 6, Whithoya with 5, Swanson and Overmeyer each with 2, and we got Large, Patrick, and with a single foul, and then Riffle with those 2 fouls. So.
All right, so we'll take a break as they honor the Bremen girls basketball team. We'll be back after halftime right here on the Triton Trojan Sports Network.
Norwell, playing inspiring, unselfish basketball, team basketball, bringing on subs in the Western Semi-State Championship as one of the smallest 3A schools in the entire state of Indiana. Let's recognize and congratulate the members of the Bremen Historic Basketball Season. Season junior, Kyle Foster. Robinson. Assistant Coach Martin Andrews. Assistant Coach Taylor Ridley. The coaches want to send a huge thank you to the Bremen community for all your support this season, and especially during this tournament run. It's so exciting to see all of the green and white Saints, making us very proud to be Bremen Lions. All of the kind words of encouragement have made this so special for the team. We're extremely fortunate to have such a strong and kind community, and we appreciate everyone more than words can express. Congratulations once again to Bremen Girls Basketball. Thank you for keeping the ideal for athletics at the forefront of your success and representing our school in a stable light. We are proud of our Lions.
It's time for the Commissioner's Corner, an exclusive weekly conversation about Indiana high school sports with the Commissioner of the IHSAA, Paul Neidig. Now for an up-to-the-minute report about what's happening in the constantly changing world of high school sports. Here's Coach Bob Lovell with Commissioner Paul Neidig.
Welcome back, everyone, to our weekly conversation with the Commissioner of the IHSAA, Paul Neidig. And Paul, I know this sounds like a broken record, but it's an incredibly busy time for you at the IHSAA headquarters. You have the pairing show for the boys' state finals coming up Sunday, which you and your staff will be graciously hosting. We're in the semi-state round for the girls' basketball, wrestling finals going on. We wrapped up swimming at the natatorium in the campus of IUPUI last week. The Carmel girls winning again. We have on the administrative side, the enrollment numbers have been released, which begins a 2-year process for reclassification. Have I pretty much hit the highlights of what's been going on in your office for the past few days?
Yeah, Coach, you did. And besides that, we had a little bit of a water leak, and we had a few other things along the way. So it's just normal business around here. So, yeah, it's just it's that time of year, and we got a lot of things going on.
You do have a lot of things going on. I do want to mention briefly that we will be at your place on North Meridian Street on Sunday. Greg Rakestraw and I are honored to be asked back to do the pairing show for the boys' basketball state finals. I can't believe we're at that point in the year, but we encourage everyone to get involved with your watch parties and send us that information. You'll be joining us on the broadcast, and it's another one of those special nights for the IHSAA.
It is, Coach, and I'm confident it'll be an Emmy award-winning production because of the talent that we have. But yeah, it's tournament time, and we're going to have that show on Sunday evening. We're going to reveal the bracket, and nobody does it like you and Greg do. Just your expertise about what's going on in high school basketball around this state certainly is on display when we do that show, and we're going to gain some insight into their teams along the way, brackets, matchups, and who people are going to, then the debate will begin on who's going to play who and who's going to win.
Well, we're at that point now with the semi-states. You just had the semi-state pairing show for the girls tournament. Regionals were great. As we said during the pairing show, it's very well balanced and is headed toward what we know is going to be a tremendous day for the state finals at Gainbridge just around the corner.
In this the pairing show, and it's a tough Saturday for the ladies that have made it this far in the tournament. You got to win two. You got to win two to be able to play for the biggest award that we have here at the association, and that's that state championship. And we're excited. We're ready. Janie Elmer and her group, her committee's working right now. I see them back in the back working on tickets for the state finals, and it never ends. And we're going to welcome some teams next week to Gainbridge Fieldhouse, home of the Pacers and Fever, the best sponsors in the world, or some of the best sponsors in the world of high school basketball, and we're going to celebrate state championship next weekend.
We mentioned reclassification. Your enrollment numbers were released. As we mentioned, a 2-year process to reclassify, something you do every 2 years. And it is about the process. And this is the first step in this process with the release of those enrollment numbers.
It is, Coach, and we haven't put schools in classifications yet. That'll come next, but we have a lot of people out there doing that for us right now, the prognosticators and the speculators, and that's okay. That's part of the lore of this, But they are numbers are released. We put them on the street yesterday, so the public and our schools can review those, and then in very short time we'll place schools in classifications. Whether they're a 1A, 2, or 3, or 4A in some of our sports, but we have a 6-class classification for football and a 3-class classification for boys and girls soccer.
How many teams move up or move down? You don't have a great number of teams that do see this movement, do you?
No, you don't. Now, we had to change this year, Coach, where we're only taking the top 20% of the schools in the state of Indiana and putting them in 4A, and then 25% in 3A, 25% in 2A, and 30% in 1A, because not all 1A schools play all sports.
He's the commissioner of the IHSAA. Paul Neidig joins us. Thanks so much for the information. Have a wonderful weekend, Paul, and we'll talk to you next week.
Absolutely, Coach, and hope to see a lot of people in Evansville this weekend for the state finals in wrestling.
Thanks for listening to The Commissioner's Corner with IHSAA Commissioner Paul Neidig and Coach Bob Lovell. And thank you for your continued support of the high schools in your community.
All right, welcome back, everyone, here to Bremen High School. I'm Andy O'Hara. Alongside me here tonight is Quentin Namson, Kenny Barnhart, Silas, and Caden on the sideline cameras, and the Hall of Famer Ryan. We're here for the Triton Sports Network, broadcasting live on YouTube and the IHSAA Champions Network.
Hey, speaking of Hall of Fame, that's coming up.
Hall of Fame, yeah, that's coming up. Saturday.
That's be a big group there with all the.
They gonna have enough room for everybody in there? Oh, they'll have plenty of room.
Yeah,
they'll have plenty of room. So, of course, get the second half underway. Triton leads by 5, but Q, they got to stay their foot on the gas because Bremen was doing a lot of nice things in that first half.
Exactly. You can't do what you did against Plymouth and go stagnant. I mean, against Plymouth, they only put up 8 points in that third, and they allowed Plymouth to score 21. So you can't do that against this Lions team, because the way that they shoot and they battle all game, it'd be way too long of a night.
Patrick past the half-court line. He'll be out there with Swanson, Workman, Whithoyle, and Riffle. Alvarado, Leidig, Graverson, Devine, as Workman will get that one to go up, but can't get to catch the rim. That one goes out of bounds. With Hickman also the other one out there for the Lions, here to start this second quarter, or second half. First half went too fast.
Yeah, that went fairly quick.
There was no timeouts called, were there? No.
Nope.
Not too many fouls either.
And 7 fouls total.
And just a lot of ball movement and a lot of good basketball.
Graverson trying to back down, goes up strong with it, can't drop it in, and Swanson gets the rebound.
Right idea right there by Gage, trying to draw the charge.
Patrick kicks it outside to Workman. Back to Patrick, and we got a loose ball. We got a ball on the court.
We got to stop the game. Oh, no.
Swanson for 3 off the mark, no good, and the Bremen assistant got the loose ball.
Saving the game right there.
Alvarado on the right wing. Devine out the basketball, hands it off to Graverson. Graverson goes on over to Hickman. Uses the screen to his left, stop or close. Alvarado on the outside. He'll try the dribble drive.
They're trying their hardest to get it down low against that mixed match. Swanson doing a great job of battling down low.
We saw Julian guard bigger defenders than J.J. Morris last year and gave him fits in that Argus game. Alvarado for 3. Can't drop it in. Whithoyle collects the defensive board.
I guess that would be the only time the coach would be allowed on the floor when the clock's running.
Workman in the corner, down to Whithoyle in the low block. Dante throwing behind him. Alvarado trying to track it down. Workman leaves it for Whithoyle. Patient goes up, draws a foul, and one opportunity coming for Tanner Whithoyle.
Great patience. Dante doing what Dante does best, taking nothing, turning it into something.
So Alvarado picked up his second. Of course, team's first this third quarter.
Now Whithoyle a chance for 3 points the old-fashioned way. And does just that as he tickles the twine for his and one opportunity. Hickman up the floor. Swanson to pick him up. Hickman drives, stops in the corner, leaves it for Graverson. Triton settles into their man defense. Graverson up off the floor. Coach Miller pleading for a foul call. Official explains his reasoning to the Bremen head coach. Now Patrick hands it off to Swanson. Patrick on the right wing goes backdoor. Woodhoyo again, banks open, and then
another one.
Tanner gets that first one to drop in. I got the first and one opportunity. Now back-to-back possessions, gets another chance on another one.
So Leidig picked up his first, team second.
Battles out on the second, but we're going to say
lane violation.
Violation
on
Dante.
A foul.
We got a foul call on the rebound by Dante Workman is the call.
So Workman picked up his first, team's first.
So quick conference. He said, I guess the way he slid into the defender on the rebound, possibly. Devine up top of the key. Uses the screen. Riffle picks up the freshman as the freshman drives baseline on the way. It drops it in.
That's a tough shot. Fading baseline.
Well, for a freshman, really has perfect control of his body on his shots.
He has impressed me thus far. There's not too much to critique about his game.
Patrick uses the screen, stops, kicks it out to Workman. Dante clears it out. He'll set the offense. Now to Woodhoy on the elbow. Out to Workman, straightaway three on the way for Dante. Rattles it home. That gives him 9 points on the night. Leidig will try a three-pointer of his own. Can't hit that one off the back iron. And Woodhoyo collects the defensive rebound.
Dante's like, give me the ball.
Yeah, I'll take care of dribbling.
You know, and that's the leadership of Dante Workman.
And Woodhoyo on the low block, goes up the window, banks open.
Yep.
And a full timeout.
So Triton come out here in this 10-2 run here in this third quarter. So like you said, coming out in that third quarter is going to be a big turning point.
But you have to sustain it at this point. You know, that's the thing. What I do like, Jacob Pitney comes out and greets his guys out at half court. Don't tell him he's got a boot on. He went right out and greeted those guys.
Oh, I am a firm believer he would be out here playing even with that boot on. If there was a way he could do it, I bet he could.
And right there now, he steps in and talks to these guys in the huddle. I talked to Jacob before the game. I said, hey man, just so you know, that ankle doesn't affect that voice box of yours. You can lead from the sideline. He said, he goes, I plan on it.
Yeah.
He let me know. He says they can hear me.
Ankle's a long way from the heart.
You know, Jacob, obviously wants to be out there competing, obviously, with the injury sustained against Plymouth the other night. But yet this guy here, he's going to do everything he can to be still be a vital part of this Triton team.
And it's not just how he leads with his voice, but the way that he holds himself. As a senior and going down and not being able to play the last few games and possibly sectionals if it's worst case scenario, as a senior, that's your whole season. This is everything. But it doesn't look like Jacob. It doesn't phase his body language. He's out there. He's cheering his guys on, and you got to just look to him and you get encouraged.
And I keep watching him down here, especially when he's talking to the coaches and talking to the players on the bench. You talk about a senior leader. Jacob Pitney's about as good as it gets.
And it'll trickle down the line.
Devine drives in after the timeout. We're going to get a foul call.
If that's on Gage, that's number 3.
Yeah, Swanson was reaching from this side too, so yep. So Swanson's going to pick up his first, team second.
Hickman inbound. Goes out to Alvarado. Goes to Hickman on the left side. Up on top to Leidig. Leidig pushes the ball on the floor, gets it knocked from behind from Riffle. And there's Graverson to get a hold of it.
Oh, got to jump
out of Devine for 3. Contested and still drops it in. Dante Workman all smiles. Goes, not much more I can do there. Someone's got to inbound the basketball.
That gets Devine.
That's a smart play by Patrick, though, noticing that the clock's just going to keep going and you're not going to get a count.
Yeah, instead of going grabbing the ball and standing outside.
Exactly. Devine going to get called for the reach.
Sometimes watching Patrick, it's like, where does he think of these? He uses his body to defend the ball. And
I was watching, what game was I watching the other day? The Utah Jazz Houston Rockets game when the Jazz Stockton hit the three-pointer to send them to their first NBA Finals. Watching John Stockton play, him and Landon are almost identical. For how they run the floor, what they do, the things they do, it's something impressive to watch. Swanson on the outside. Goes to Woodhoy on the elbow. Out to Swanson. Swanson uses the screen.
No one's on him.
Pull-up jumper, drop it off the front iron, no good, and Devine gets the rebound. Chase Devine with the basketball inside the top of the key. Workman back to the way. Triton's got numbers. Here comes Hickman from behind and knocks it away. And it's going to go off of Workman as he goes up, and Jason Groves wanting a foul call. No call by the FR official. And now Triton gets a bench warning as Jason Groves trying to get an explanation. And right there, I can see where both sides of the argument there. I mean, Hickman came barreling from behind, got a hand on the basketball. Jason Groves pleading his case from the coach's box. Graverson goes out. Leidig top the key. Out to Alvarado on the right wing. He'll drive. Goes up strong with the basketball. Can't drop it in. Put back is good. With it. Nice play there by the senior on the follow through.
That's 5 unanswered points.
Back door's closed. Patrick leaves it for Swanson. Swanson. Out of Woodhoyo. Thought about the jumper. Now he'll drive instead. Goes off the window. Can't drop it in. Leidig gets rebounded. But Woodhoyo trying to force the jump ball and can't get it. Hickman to Alvarado in the corner. Down to Leidig. Goes up strong with it. And a blocking foul called on Riffle.
And that's Riffle's third, team's third.
So Leidig to the line for 2. First one on the way off the front iron, no good. And there maybe just didn't think Riffle's feet were quite set as the drive as he was kind of bouncing off of Leidig. Trying to use that right idea though. It's unfortunate just didn't get the call.
Yeah. And unfortunate that it was Gage that got the foul called on him. So
Leidig gets the second one to drop in as Hunziker checks in for him. You know, the first game ever called for TTSN was from these very bleachers for Bi County.
Yeah.
Hugh was a sophomore. Up high to Woodhoyo, tracks it down, but it gets it knocked out of bounds by Hickman, so it'll stay here with the Trojans.
Sophomore year here. That was a very poor shooting game. Very poor.
Well, I got my first game anyhow.
We picked it up, though.
Picked it up. The next time we came up here, about knocked the table over when Dylan Hensley hit a 3 at the end.
Dylan Hensley. Oh, man.
Big Dylan Hensley. Alvarado with the steal. One-on-one fast break. Hop step. Goes up strong and gets it to finish. And just like that, as Kenny said.
Yep, put up 10 points.
You cannot get lax against these Lions. They are a team that's going to battle back no matter what.
And this group the last several years, you know, they may not have got the record success, but this group here has really been building something special up here in Bremen.
Oh, you can tell with these 3 seniors that they got.
But Hoyle drives side of the lane in the low block. Tries to get some space, goes up strong, can't get the separation, can't drop it in. Graverson gets the rebound.
Just have not gotten anything to go since that Bremen timeout.
Hunsker, he'll drive the baseline, goes up strong, and Hoyle sends it back. Now the Workman back to the way, trying to get freed up. And Triton loses the basketball, but he slides, and no travel call from the officials. And the Triton fan base not happy with the gentleman down there, the 3 officials on the floor. Alvarado can't get it to drop in. Graverson's put back and it's fouled.
So Workman picked up his second, team's fourth.
So Graverson to the line, a chance to continue the run here. Off the mark on the first. Riffle checks in with 3 fouls for Landon Patrick. Quick conference with the Trojan. The 3 down there along the line. Graverson can't get the second one to drop in. Alvarado. Not going to get a foul call.
Alvarado picked up his third, team's fourth.
Leidig checks in for Alvarado. So he'll take a break with 3 fouls. 35 seconds to go here in the third. 10 points scored apiece by these two teams here in this third quarter. Now to Riffle. Hands up to Workman. Graverson disrupted. It goes off of Workman.
Yep.
And the Lions take back over.
Coach Kindig getting up like, hey, you want to take Gage out so there's no chance for him to get this fourth foul?
Good recognition there by the JV head coach. Nick Kindig.
I'd be picking up. Make it hard. You got 13 seconds. Chance to bring this back within 2 or 3 points.
Devine drives on the way through with the runner towards the basket. Can't drop it in. Hickman holds it up. Can't drop it in with Hoyo, and they fight for the basketball. It's out to Hunziker, and that's going to do it for the third quarter. Triton leads by 5 as that last shot will not count. So both teams putting up 10 points.
So Triton put up their 10 points in the first half of that quarter, and Bremen put up their 10 points in the second half.
Whatever Coach Miller said in that timeout, Bremen didn't look back.
Yeah, Triton, they just worked the ball around, but just had a lot of shots just rolling around and just not getting to fall in there.
Yeah, I'll never forget that away game that we came back up here and Kenny was here. You all seen his face when I stepped up when Dylan hit that 3 and I about knocked the table over and all the stuff. Kenny just looks at me like, well, I just got fired. That's it.
See, during basketball, during practices, we couldn't shoot my sophomore year. So I remember we would do shooting things, and so we have the game it's varsity versus freshman. You got to make it around the world, and you got to make 5 threes in each spot. And one that we just couldn't get it. We'd always get 4, and Dylan we'd be that one. He never made it.
Well, he hit that one over there on the right wing in that game.
Well, that's what I'm telling you. One practice, it was like the second to last practice that we were gonna have all year. He hit the 3, and Coach Groves, he called the practice right then and there. It was the best thing that ever happened. It was so funny.
Do want to note that tomorrow night's game is varsity only. It starts at 6:30 at Culver.
Yep, so that was that rescheduled game. Had to get it in there. So, and then we'll finish up there at home with Knox, and then start for that sectional next week. Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's not a good sign.
Not sure what's going on down there.
Yeah, that kind of flashed a little bit.
Adelaide on the outside. Goes to Graverson for 3, and Bremen strikes first here to start the fourth quarter as they now knock down the lead to 2. Woodhoyo goes in the corner. Swanson tries a 3. Can't drop it in. And Devine and Large go to the ground, and it's a jump ball call. And I believe it stays here with Triton, and it does. Workman hands it off to Patrick, top of the key. Patrick rolls left, now finds Riffle. He'll try a 3 from the corner. High off the rim, up off the top of the backboard, goes through the uprights.
Coach Groves, get the crowd out of your head, play basketball. It's senior night. It's going to be loud. Their plays are going to be made. Who's going to make that last play? Who's going to step up? And who's going to be the leader?
Hickman with the basketball up top. Bremen down by 2. Gets it knocked away. Woodhoyle goes back to their way. He'll attack all the way through, goes it up with it, and drops it in from the baseline.
So that's probably about 5 minutes Triton went without a basket.
I was doing the math in my head, and Kenny beat me to it. Hunsker drives all the way through contact, and drops it right back in. Answers right back.
Gotta be willing to take that charge.
Jason goes the trademark whistle to get attention of his players.
Oh, it'll grab your attention.
Woodhoyle stops on the elbow, leaves it for Riffle. Now to Patrick on the outside. Goes to Riffle on the baseline. They're going to say
stepped out.
Say stepped out.
Yep.
And that's the call. Couldn't quite figure out. The whistle was just kind of a confusing spot. So Alvarado to check in with 3 fouls. We'll give Hickman a break. Senior for senior on that exchange. Back to a 2-point ball game. Devine with the basketball. Regains control of his dribble. Now finds Graverson. Graverson working at Swanson. And Julian Swanson has done an outstanding job defensively here tonight for the Trojans. Alvarado spin move, kicks it out to Leidig. Up on top to Graverson. This is for Alvarado. Hunsker waits for Alvarado. Keeps that pivot foot planted. Patrick trying to knock it away. Bremen won on foul call. For the lead. Back iron no good for Devine, and Swanson lost it out of bounds. And Coach Miller going to call his second timeout. He will have 3 timeouts remaining. And it's a full timeout. So they're going to say a 30-second timeout. So they're trying to keep their players up. Coach Miller with a little instruction as so of course as Kenny threw that schedule up, we got 2 more games. We have Culver tomorrow night down there at John R. Nelson Gymnasium, and then
be a busy night on Friday night for Knox game. We'll have senior recognition for the Trojans, and then also we'll have recognition of that Hall of Fame 2000 and 2001 girls state championship teams.
There's a lot going on this week. So Alvarado receives the inbound. Riffle tries to knock away from Leidig. Got to be careful. He's got 3 fouls.
Exactly. Got to be careful.
Alvarado side the lane, drives strong, draws the foul. He'll go to the line for 2.
He just got him on the side of the head there.
So Alvarado a chance to tie it here from this trip to the free throw line.
So Whithoyo picked up his first.
So Alvarado's first free throw cuts it to 1 as he finds the bottom of the basket.
He is 100% on the year so far.
We'll see.
I got that one.
Well, Q didn't jinx him.
Oh, I'm just saying. I mean, very rarely does anybody shoot.
I didn't want to say it.
But
Well, it ties it up at 37 either way. Outside to Swanson. Swanson drives through, goes up strong with it, drops it in, and then one opportunity coming for Julian Swanson with the blocking foul call on Bremen.
So Hunsinger pick up his first, team's first.
So Swanson a chance to get 3 points the old-fashioned way. Hits the front of the iron, short of the mark. Cannot convert, so it's Triton by 2 with 5 minutes to go. Graverson rolls right, hands it off to Alvarado. Gets it right back in the low block off the block, and he'll get fouled.
So Workman's picked up his third, team's second.
So Alvarado back to the line. His second trip. First one on the way, drops in the bottom of the basket. He just knows where to put that thing in the bucket.
I'm just saying, I mean, the free throw routine, it's there. Everything is there. I was going to say, they gave that to the Trojans. I was like, wait a minute.
Oh, and the streak ends for him. 1 of 2 on that trip. That's Triton by 1. With Hoyle on the elbow. Goes to Workman underneath. And Alvarado going to block, but I think a foul call. From this angle, looked like he got pulling a ball on that shot. They're going to say they got him on the arm, but.
So Alvarado picked up his fourth.
If you're a Bremen fan, they're probably not happy with that one and try and catch us a break here. That was a good defensive move there by Alvarado.
Alvarado has athleticism. Trojans having a hard time finding the bottom of the net in the charity stripe.
Hunziker checks in, and Alvarado not happy that he got called for that foul. Now he has 4. Workman can't convert. Empty trip. Graverson hands it off to Hickman. No retreat back. 4.5 to go in the ball game. Triton by 1. Devine with the basketball, goes outside to Leidig. Leads it for Graverson. Graverson pull-up jumper from the lead, drops it in the bucket. And the Lions by 1. Up the floor to Swanson.
Yeah, Dante just said, why even risk it? Just get somebody else to come up here that's not being defended.
Woodhoy on the outside. Out to Swanson. Swanson drives, goes up strong with it, can't drop it in, gets his own rebound, and gets it knocked away by Graverson. Leidig comes with the basketball. Devine goes through, untouched, and he'll get fouled. Jason Grove's not happy. He was wanting a foul call down here on this end.
Patrick picked up his second, team's third.
So Devine to the line.
His first appearance.
Also another very good free throw shooter, extends it to 2. Chance to make it a 3-point ball game with this next free throw. Does just that. So Patrick up the floor. Triton down by 3. Swanson out to work on the free throw line. He'll drive, goes up strong off the window, draws the foul and go to the line for 2.
So Leidig picked up his second.
So Workman to cut the deficit here. And gets the friendly roll. Dante with 10 points now. Second one off the mark. Lions by 2. Working on the third Trojan in double figures here tonight. Goes to Hickman. Hickman trying to get some separation, finds Devine. Devine crossover, step back jumper. It's pretty and it drops in.
Allen Iverson crossover right there.
Yep.
A timeout for Coach Groves. He's his first timeout with 3 minutes and 4 seconds to go.
Just going to bring the boys in, refocus.
Yep.
Maybe draw up something to get a quick bucket right here.
I'll give Devine some praise. You know, watch that. I mean, for as a freshman to pull a move like that, a crossover and a step back at the same time, that was a pretty move.
Yeah, it just speaks right there of the confidence. I mean, there was a thing I saw on Steph Curry, and they were talking about the shots that he's put up. There was like 4 million something, but you only have seen him make 3,000. So right there, that just shows the off-season work. It pays off in the during the season itself.
just doing some figuring there, Triton's put up 5 points in about the last 9 minutes. So right now, even in this fourth quarter scoring, Triton just those 5 points where Bremen's put up 14.
Bremen 24 points thus far put up here in the second half. Triton's 15, as Kenny just noted. You know, Kenny, I mean, if you're Triton, you got to find who's going to be that one to step up.
And they're getting a lot of those, getting a lot of good looks, getting a lot of them, and just all of a sudden they're just not falling in like they was earlier in the game. That just a little harder, a little at it. Seems like they're hitting a lot of them off the back of that rim.
And cue to Bremen's credit, this is a team that's going out making the most of their offensive possessions, making them count on the other side.
Like I said, it's senior night, so magical things happen during senior night. And the Lions, they've came to play.
So Swanson to inbound. Goes to Workman. He'll set the table. Goes to Woodhoyle on the left wing. Up high to Dante Workman. Alley-oop and in. They'll try with a confidence-building basket there. They're down by 2. Inside 3 minutes to go. Devine back the other way. Now it goes to Hunziker. Hickman tries to feed it to Graverson. Bounced off of him, now goes to Lady. Fine uses the off-ball screen to get freed up. Now uses the on-the-ball screen. Kicks out to Graverson, top of the key. He'll drive. Outside to Hunziker, now goes to Devine. They'll work it around. Patrick trying to tighten up the lid on defense here. Back door's closed for Ladig. Throwing it down, 2 minutes to go.
Bremen kind of just playing keep away and looking for an easy shot. Never mind.
Hunziker turns it over, unforced error. Back to the Trojans, a chance to tie or take the lead on this possession. How bad do you want it?
Exactly.
Now it goes to Riffle on the right wing. Up on top to Workman. To Patrick, knocked away from Devine. Devine tries to save it and does, and throws it right to Ladig. Devine comes right back in and gets the basketball. Past the half-court line go the Lions. Devine rolls to the right and stops. Devine crosses it over. Workman stuck to him. Devine goes in the corner. Ladig for 3 from the near side. Drops it in the bucket. Up to Riffle. Riffle the up fake to answer back to the three-pointer of his own. It does!
Yeah, it does. We get a quick timeout.
Yep. Get refocused.
You saw Gage that entire way. He had his hands up. He's been waiting for it.
Yep.
And a big three-pointer there for the mailman. Triton now trails by 2 with 1:07 to go. Both teams with 3 timeouts remaining.
Both teams with 3 fouls, so still have to give a couple to get to the free throw line.
Trojans just got to be careful who, if you're gonna foul because you need it, you got to be careful with who you're gonna have go up there and foul them. Gage and Dante both with 3.
Yep. And Alvarado on Bremen has 4, so.
Really the only line with any kind of foul trouble.
So Patrick, Swanson, Riffle, Woodhoyle, and Workman the 5 for Triton. Hickman, Devine, Graverson, Hunziker, and Ladig the 5 out there for the Lions. So Triton going to turn it up in the full court.
Ooh, telling him to get back a
Now
little
we're going
bit.
to change his mind.
Oh, make it look like he's not going to, and then
A different look defensively here. Graverson uses the spin move to get freed up. Now goes to Devine. Inside a minute to go. 2-point ball game. Hickman with the basket on the right wing. Now goes to Devine. Workman stuck to him.
yep, now they're
Woodhoyle going to foul.
his second.
And Alvarado quickly, team's best free throw shooter, checks into the game for Hunziker.
Yeah, I think they was kind of watching to who they was actually going to foul there.
Devine's open in the corner. There you go.
Goes to Alvarado to extend it and does. 4-point ball game.
Coach saying, come on, speed it up.
Now trying something to get going here.
You got plenty of time, though.
Backdoor to Patrick, thrown away. Leda gets the interception, and the Lions are 24 seconds away from a win here on senior night.
That's Patrick, that's his third, but also Triton's fifth, so Bremen now is in the bonus.
So Devine was there earlier, 2 of 2. And Jason Groves going to call a timeout to try to focus what he can here, 24.9. It's not a lot of time, Q.
No, it's not.
Especially with a free throw shooter who's been automatic tonight.
Mm-hmm.
He used a full timeout. Now Chad Patrick trying to fire up his team. Is trying to now take a seat.
Sometimes you need that. Sometimes when the coach isn't getting there, so it takes that assistant coach, and the assistant coaches to step in and kind of get your mind back on the game itself.
Appreciate all 200 watching here tonight. It's been a good one.
It has
Battle
been.
for 331, and right now the Lions here on senior night in the driver's seat.
Back and forth action all game.
Yep, John Harrell's prediction for tonight, we knew it should be tight. They did have Bremen on top, 50-48 was his prediction. So
with this free throw, he could send it to 50.
Yep, so they're not too far off on that.
Triton needs a lot to go their way the next 24 seconds, well, just shy of 25 seconds. As the freshman Chase Devine goes to the line for 2 free throws here. First one's on its way. Off the iron, no good.
One more, and the John Harrell prediction could be spot on.
Second one on its way. Drops in the bucket. 5-point ball game now.
Triton gets a 3, and that's the game. Oh.
Work on the right wing. Lost off his shoes. And Triton turns it over. 18.3 to go.
Yep.
A timeout for Coach Miller. I want to talk it over real quick to set up. Chance to burn 18 seconds here. Triton's got to foul in a hurry. They'll use another full timeout.
2 free throws push this to a 3-possession game, and you only make one, it's still a 2-possession, but a lot of things got to go perfect.
Yeah, perfect
for the Trojans in 18 seconds.
Yeah.
Like I said, Bremen in this second half putting up 30 points. Yeah, 30 points put up in the second half to Triton's 20. And like I said, to Triton's credit, they broke even in that third quarter, but it's been all Bremen here in the fourth.
And that's not what you wanted coming out. The Trojans came out strong, and like you had said, that timeout just kind of refocused the Lions, and then they've just been in stride now. They haven't stopped.
And Chase Devine with 20 points for the Lions. 12 points there for Alvarado. Trying with 3 players in double figures here.
Whithoy with 14, Riffle with 13, and Workman with 12. So just missing that big one there with Pitney.
Coach Miller looking for his first win against the Trojans. The team looking for their 20th win here at home against Triton. The all-time series looking for their 39th win again this series dating back to this 1963-64 season. Now goes to Devine up the floor to Alvarado.
They're just
Back
going
to
to
Hickman.
keep away.
Devine gets fouled. Used about 5 seconds off the clock. And Devine a chance to ice it here. And rattles it in. Line settles in. Off the mark on the second. Woodhoyle gets the rebound up to Workman. 10 seconds. Out of Woodhoyle, he'll try a three. Didn't catch the rim. Workman saves it back into Patrick. He'll step back for three. Off the mark, no good, and that's going to do it. And the Lions are going to win here, 51-45. Triton will fall to 14-6 on the season. And 0-4 against teams in 3A. They will fall to 4-4 on the road as they will travel to Culver and Knox, or they'll travel to Culver tomorrow night and host Knox on Friday. John Harrell was close.
Yep,
51-50-48 was the prediction. 51-45 is the score here tonight. We said Bremen picks up their 39th win in the series.
So round out there the team stats there. Triton just shot 33% from the line. So like Hugh said, their free throws would be a big thing. So 33%, where Bremen 10 of 16 at 63%. Inside the arc, Triton 15 of 27 at 56%. Bremen also 10 of 18 at 56%. Behind the arc, Triton 4 of 14 at 29. Bremen 7 of 19 at 37. Turnovers there 10 to 11. For Bremen, Devine with 21, Alvarado with 12, Graverson with 9, Ladick with 7, and Hunsinger with 2. For the Trojans, Whithoyo 14, Riffle with 13, Workman 12, Swanson with 4, and Overmeyer with 2.
So that's going to do it here for Bremen High School. Triton will fall to 14-6 in the season, and the Lions improve to 9-12 as they will be at Culver
tomorrow night.
Oh, we'll be at Culver tomorrow night, and they'll be at Culver on Friday.
Yep,
So,
yep.
With that being said, we'll hang it up here, and until next time, remember the Trojan way.